Now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Wednesday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on Pittsburgh CW. It's 412-575-2600. That puts you in touch with us right here on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. We also take tweets, and we encourage them as well. You can tweet me at KD Pump. You can tweet Gene Collier at Gene Collier. Yes, Gene Collier. Gene, the dancing machine is here in studio. We'll be taking your calls until 11 o'clock tonight. Let's begin with a story that never wants to go away, and that's because today Le'Veon Bell did an interview with Sports Illustrated. And listen, I've never really had a problem with the fact that he was holding out for money, wanted more, decided to hold out, whatever, that's your choice. I don't necessarily approve of it, but if that's your choice, that's your choice. He stayed quiet largely throughout this whole process. But then today, he gave a very interesting interview with Sports Illustrated, one which the reporter never challenged him at all, and there were plenty of opportunities to challenge concerning his stance and why he wanted. It seemed to change. It wasn't about money. It was more about how the Steelers don't treat people as humans. And that's what he said. I tweeted with him. He got back and says, I meant the city, and you proved my point. I said, the city? You never said that. The answer was the Steelers. So, Gene, I ask you, is this backpedaling from his position that he wanted to be the highest paid running back and reset the market? He lost that battle, so therefore this is his new take.
Bob, I'm sure you've had this experience in your long career. It's almost as long as mine. Occasionally you'll begin talking to athletes, or you'll go up and start talking to an athlete, and soon after you begin talking to him, it'll occur to you, usually in the form of a question, and the question is, why am I talking to this person? And Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are two people like that. Why am I talking to this person? But even more importantly, why am I listening to this person? And I don't have an answer for either of those things, and therefore I don't know what to say about this.
What I'm saying is when you call into question an organization and how it treats you inhumanely, which is what he did, doesn't that cross the line? Does he have to go there?
Bob, it's Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. That's what we're talking about here.
I know. It just bothers me that that kind of thing comes out. And again, after the fact.
Consider the source, Bob.
I do, but I also think there's a little bit more responsibility that players should take about these situations.
Well, that's not going to happen.
All right, so he's on with the Jets. If you look and follow his Twitter history, he said he'd never play for the Jets, certainly not at the price he ended up signing for, and he ended up doing that. So I think that's another thing at work here. Anyway, the Steelers just move on now at this point, and I think it is time. Is it time to just move on and not talk about these guys?
I hope so, Bob. I really hope so.
Is any of this going to make it into your next comedic routine?
I hope not. Really.
You never know. Gene, do you have anything coming up?
I got nothing. Bob.
Okay.
You keep driving.
I keep asking because I know that people are in demand. You got to see Gene in concert.
Home.
All right, the Penguins last night, a little bit of a trend that is not the right trend heading into the postseason. I thought they played a really good game last night, Gene, at Carolina. Yeah. But at the end, Carolina pulls the goalie, just like what happened Sunday night when Philadelphia did it. They got the game tying goal, and then they won in a shootout this time. Any concerns?
Yeah, I mean, you really have to be concerned with Matt Murray. I'm not saying all these late goals are his fault, but in the last few minutes of games, he appears to be vulnerable for whatever reason. Again, they may not all be his fault. But I agree with you. I thought the Penguins played very well, especially late in the game. I thought they were putting tremendous pressure on Mrazek. It just didn't go in. They were fortunate to get a point. But now you have 3 more road games consecutively, and, you know, it's getting a little tight again.
It is, and you know, when you look at what's going on, they're inviting the opportunity for Carolina to catch them, and then for them to move down to a wild card position, which ideally you do not want, whether it's Washington or Tampa. And speaking of those two teams, they both played tonight, one against the other, and it was an overtime game, won by Victor Hedman in overtime, 5-4. Tampa gets 2 points. Washington does get another point, so I think they're going to end up winning this division. Yeah. You want to avoid that, don't you? Either or, Washington or Tampa.
In theory, you do.
Because I've always believed that even if you win that series, no matter who you play, it's going to come with collateral damage. There's a lot of physicality involved in those. So therefore, you going into the next round, you may be beaten up and maybe expending more energy than you want to. I don't know. But bottom line is, Penguins need production from Hornquist and Kessel specifically. When you look at 5-on-5 play, they haven't scored in a long time.
Yeah, and their power play is all of a sudden shut down again. They're 0 for the last 9 or 10 after really heating up there in the streak where they won 3 in a row.
We have a lot to talk about, including the Pirates, as they get basically a week and a day before opening next Thursday in Cincinnati, the home opener April the 1st, and they still have some decisions to make. We'll continue to talk about Major League Baseball, Mike Trout, whatever you want to talk about is fine with us. 412-575-2600 is the number to call. We'll take those calls next right here live on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.